Hey buddy, how you doing today? I thought I'd show you some of the new stove equipment that I have. In the past you've seen some stoves that are butane and propane powered. This one runs on ethanol. So it's an alcohol stove. So that's right here is a little simmer thing. It's used for simmering your food. It's also used to put out the stove. And there's a lid on it that has a seal on the inside, so you can carry your fuel inside of here. As you can see, there's a really small amount of fuel in here. We can add more fuel to it. This is a bottle that contains 300 milliliters of alcohol, and you just push the button, let some of that drip down in there, and shake it to get it off of there. And then there's a stand for holding your alcohol stove right here that comes with it. So I'll just go ahead and put that in there. By the way, the brand of this is CAMPINGMOON. All right, so I've got an igniter. I'm gonna move the alcohol away. Runs on denatured alcohol. You can run this on methanol. I use ethanol, which is a little bit of methanol with mostly ethanol. All right, so I've got an igniter made by MSR. Just kind of a little sparker. Put it down in there. It's ignited. It's pretty hot, I can feel it. Okay, I'll put it out. So now it's extinguished. And then over here, there's a stand that's specifically set up and made for this stove here. So I'll go ahead and drop the stove inside of here. And what's nice about this is that it's just a little bit more raised and above the table, and has a windscreen in here to prevent the wind from blowing out your flame. So go ahead and put this back on here. There it goes, it's ignited. You could use a cigarette lighter too. So the flame is really hard to see. I think it just went out. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, it's going. Okay, so I demonstrated that. No burns, nobody's injured, but it's going. It'll come up through these holes here eventually. You can put the pan on top of that. Since it's an alcohol fuel, it's extremely difficult to see the flame burning unless it's dark outside. Okay, so a little bit about the fuel. Like I told you, it's denatured alcohol, ethanol. This is what I would use and recommend. You can run it on isopropanol, but it will burn very dirty and it'll get soot all over your nice pan. There's a bottle that I recommend so it does not leak out of there. You can carry as much or as little as you want. You can run this on methanol, but methanol is extremely toxic to people, so I would not recommend that. My pan's getting pretty hot. I'm going to take this off of here. It's nice that they got a little space for it, so you can put the pan off to the side. This is something I would not typically carry in my backpack, and I certainly would not carry this iron skillet in a backpack, but for demonstration purposes, I thought I'd show you that. You've got a simmer ring here. This is what you use to put it out, but you can definitely set it to simmer like this. So you just have it open slightly, and you're able to cut back on the amount of heat that's going to your pan. So if you're cooking something for a long period of time, this is great because you won't burn your food. You can see the ethanol is boiling in there a little bit. You can see that, but you certainly cannot see the flame. I'm going to go ahead and extinguish it. So what's the difference between this and propane and butane? Well, the difference is that it is pretty lightweight. Your fuel, little plastic container, does not have to be under pressure. You can carry very little fuel if you want, or you don't even have to carry this bottle. Since you have the seal on here, you can carry all of your fuel inside of the stove. So very lightweight, and it will work in extremely cold conditions. It's harder to light the alcohol in extremely cold conditions, but it will work much better than butane. Obviously, if you're taking a propane stove with you, you can see my other videos about that. You need a heavier container to hold the propane, so it adds weight. So that's some of the pros here. The cons are, of course, if you have wind blowing across this thing, it's going to blow out the flame, or it's going to cool the stove itself or cool the pan. So you want to have some type of wind blocker here You know, enough to allow for air to get to it, but to keep the wind away from it. So those are some things that I just wanted to recommend to you. Pros and cons. Of course, you know, this is very lightweight. That's the major pro. And the major con here is that, you know, it's windy weather is probably the worst thing you'd have to worry about. So not really a big deal. The table comes with a carrying case. So this is something you can throw in your car, leave it in the trunk of your car, and if you're out somewhere, you can grab your stove and cook some food. And if you really needed the fuel, you could go inside of a gas station and get some ethanol and run it off of that. Again, keep in mind the poisonous nature of methanol. So again, stick with the alcohol. Ethanol is the best way to go. So that's it. I just thought I'd show you. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will have some links to these products if you're interested in them. Thank you so much. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video.